Hari Om, my dear students. Please follow the instructions given by the government to fight against COVID-19. In the present situation, especially avoid going crowded places. Now I am here to teach you the poem, The Elementary Classroom in Islam. The second part of this poem. Then, what do you mean by Islam? An overcrowded urban street inhabited by very poor people. What do you mean by Islam? An overcrowded urban street inhabited by very poor people. Then this poem is written by Stephen Spender. He was an English poet and essayist. He has written this poem based on the theme social injustice and class inequalities. Through this poem, he attacks the people who are trying to exploit the weaker section of the society. In the first stanza, we have seen the pathetic conditions of the students who are sitting in the classroom. Then all of you take your literature reader, page number 93. Let's see the second stanza. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome riding all cities, bell, flowery, tireless valley, open-handed map, awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their future is painted with a fog. A narrow street, sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves and stars of words. Now let's see line by line. Look at your test. On sour cream walls. Then why does the poet use the word sour cream? Then can you say what is the color of the sour cream? The color of the sour cream is off-white. Then the poet used the word sour cream to suggest the decaying aspect. That means in this line the poet says that the walls of the classroom are dull and dirty. So the poet uses the word sour cream walls. Donations, then many donated items have been pasted on the wall. The walls of the classroom are very pathetic, very dull and dirty, but many donated items have been pasted on the wall. Then what are they? Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, that means sceneries, civilized dome riding all cities, bell, flowery, tireless valley, open-handed map, awarding the world its world, and yet for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their future is painted with a fog. That means the situation of the classroom is very pathetic. The walls of the classroom are dull and dirty. Many donated items have been pasted on the wall. Then as far as the world depicted on the wall is not the world of these children. That means unfortunately their world is painted with a fog. Why does the poet use the word fog here? The fog here means the fog of hopelessness and hunger. Their future is uncertain, then sealed with a dark and dull sky. Listen once more that line. Where all their future is painted with a fog, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves and stars of words. Again the poet says that their world is far away from the real world of rivers and caves. And what do you mean by caves? Caves means highlands. These things are like stars in the sky. Then what is the peculiarity of stars here? Then stars we cannot touch. That means these things are like stars in the sky which they cannot touch. Then listen, what is the meaning of the second stanza? In the second stanza, we have seen the pathetic conditions of we have already seen the pathetic conditions of the students who are sitting in the classroom. The walls of the classroom are dull and dirty. So, for indicating this, the poet uses the word sour cream walls. But many donated items have been pasted on the wall, like Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn, picture of cities, etc. That means that shows prosperity, but the world depicted on the wall is totally different from the real world of these children. That means unfortunately their world is painted with a fog, the fog of hopelessness and hunger. The future is uncertain, sealed with dark and dull sky. Again at the end of the stanza the poet says that their world is far away from the actual world of rivers and caves. These things are like stars in the sky. What is the peculiarity of stars here? We cannot touch stars. Then that means these things are like stars in the sky which they cannot touch. Okay, all of you understand? Listen once more. In the second stanza, we have seen the situation of the children, the situation of the students in this classroom is very pathetic. The walls of the classroom are dull and dirty. Even then, many donated items have been pasted on the wall. Then what are the things pasted on the wall that you should underline? Then the world depicted on the wall is totally different from the world of these children. Unfortunately, their world is painted with a fog. Fog here means the fog of hopelessness and hunger. Then their future is uncertain, sealed with a dull and dark sky. Again, at the end of the stanza, the poet says that their world is far away from the real world of rivers and caves. These things are like stars in the sky which they cannot touch. Now, let's summarize the poem. Listen, this poem is written by Stephen Spender. Then let's see the title of the poem: An Elementary Classroom in a Slum. What do you mean by slum? An overcrowded urban street inhabited by very poor people. The classroom, the situation of the classroom, the situation of the students who are sitting in the classroom is very pathetic. But the walls of the classroom are dull and dirty, but many donated items have been pasted on the wall. The world depicted on the wall is totally different from the world of these children. The situation of the children is very pathetic. Then unfortunately the world is painted with a fog, the fog of hopelessness and hunger. That means their future is uncertain, sealed with a dark and dull sky. Again, at the end of the stanza, the poet says that their world is totally different from the actual world of rivers and caves. These things are like stars in the sky which they cannot touch. Then in the beginning of the stanza, the poet uses the word sour cream. Sour cream here means, the sour cream means, what is the color of the sour cream? Off-white. Then here he indicates this word to suggest the decaying aspect. That means the walls of the classroom. That means the walls of the classroom is dull and dirty. Listen once more. This poem is written by Stephen Spender. He was an English poet and essayist. He has written this poem based on the theme social injustice and class inequalities. Through this poem, he attacks the people who are exploiting the weaker section of the society. In the second stanza, in the beginning of the stanza itself, the poet uses the word sour cream. That means sour cream, here he uses the word sour cream to suggest the decaying aspect. That means the walls of the classroom are dull and dirty. Then here, but many donated items have been pasted on the wall. The world depicted on the wall is totally different from the world of these children. Unfortunately, their world is painted with a fog, the fog of hopelessness and hunger. And their future is uncertain, sealed with a dark and dull sky. Again, at the end of the stanza, the poet says that their world is far away from the real world of rivers and caves. These things are like stars in the sky, which they cannot touch. And all of you understand? Then, Abhiram, are you ready to say the summary? Okay, yes. Do one thing, all of you read the stanza. This poem is very important. Read the first two stanzas several times. I will send you the notes through WhatsApp. Thank you all.